Hey! Okay, so I just got back from an event called NASA. No, it is not the James Webb Telescope NASA. It is Saxophone NASA, North American Saxophone Alliance. Much more important than rocket ships. I've always heard of this event, but I've never went. It's a conference. They host competitions for classical saxophonists, jazz saxophonists, and compositions featuring saxophone, where it showcases many saxophone professors and reels in saxophone students all over the country. But oh my gosh, what a fun event. I just got back from it and I want to talk about it while my thoughts are still fresh. So for me and my friends, it was about a 4.5-hour drive and I got a nice little Airbnb spot. Believe it or not, this is actually my first Airbnb ever. It was pretty cheap, $65 a night. Not bad, just for one person. Need to make up that bed, sorry. Check out the backyard. Wow, very nature, quiet. Green. Then I drove 11 minutes to the school where this conference was taking place, University of Southern Mississippi. Beautiful campus, beautiful buildings, everything looked brand new. I arrived Thursday evening and I walk into the building for registration. And then boom, you just see saxophonists everywhere. Good man. And I see many professors I've always looked to, but I've never met before. Honestly, I was pretty starstruck. I saw Dr. Stephen Page. Really love his videos, they're so cinematic. He's an amazing player and teacher. His technique stuff online is just so satisfying to watch, and his video quality is just great. I saw Dr. Nikki Roman, I saw Dr. Nathan Bogert, Dr. Christopher Kreviston, Dr. Joe Loloff. Fun fact, his Glazunov concerto was the first thing I saw of a classical saxophone that made me go, what? I didn't even know the saxophone could sound like this. Pretty impactful moment for me to finally meet him. I saw Nick Zolek. He does all these crazy multiphonics things with just the coolest videography paired with it. Honestly, I didn't really know what to expect from this event. All I knew, I was going to give a presentation that Saturday at 2 p.m. And so outside of that, I was just like, okay, let's just explore, see what happens. And wow, literally from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., there was always at least 3 to 4 events going on at every single hour. Just all things saxophone. It was a bit more classical heavy than it was jazz heavy, which I personally didn't mind. I feel like there's so many jazz workshops out there. It's good that classical saxophone gets something. Thursday night, there was a series of opening performances. There was over 500 saxophonists in that room attending. There was many other performances right after that. Sounded great. How do you say your last name?
Meshmet.
Okay, this is Kyle Meshmet. I also got to see the Capitol Quartet perform with the H2 Quartet. Yeah! Two very, very powerful quartets. That was mind-blowing. I didn't even know a saxophone could have intonation that good. I really enjoyed watching the winners' concerts. GianCarlo. I started following him when he was just a high schooler in Texas, because I was like, how is this high schooler so good already?
You're a young man. How old are you?
19.
19 years old. How did you get so good so fast?
First of all, that's cap. Second of all, I don't know, man. I just love it, you know?
Oh, fair enough.
I'm a freshman at Arizona State University, so I study with Dr. Christopher Creviston. Chris Creviston and Mark Smith, two really great mentors in my life. Also, the man himself, Mr. Nathan.
Oh, what did I do? What did I do?
I learned jazz from his YouTube videos.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Hey,
I
I'll
don't know
take
if
it.
I told you that, but
Oh,
yeah.
no, I don't.
Yeah,
I'll
Mr.
take
Jazz
it.
Man.
Oh, wow. Dude, thank you. Good man.
Yes,
Great
sir.
man. Dude, can you do some dance moves?
Dance moves?
Oh, okay. What's that love? Is it coming? Is it? Ah. Oh.
Hit me up.
Greetings. Before I keep going with this video, I just wanted you to know that I'll be teaching at the Kansas City Saxophone Workshop this summer, consisting of teachers like Zach Sheeman, beautiful sound. I've never met him. I cannot wait to meet him and hear him in person. My professor, Dr. Michael Schultz. He's really one of, if not the best, teachers in the country of really deciphering between classical saxophone and jazz saxophone. And the list goes on. Hannah Hickman, Mark Bonner, Cooper Smith, and Adam Larson. I just heard Adam Larson live the other week. Jesus Christ. His workshop is open for all middle school and high school saxophonists, and registration ends May 29th. And the actual workshop takes place June 10th through June 14th. I've included the link to register in the description below. Hope to see you there. That Friday, I stumbled across a really interesting presentation by Dr. Brandon Kelly. It was going really in depth on the influence of the vocal tract with everything saxophone, particularly in the altissimo. For example, the epiglottis, There was another presentation that I really related to. It was talking about the collapse soft palate. I don't know if you remember from one of my New Year's videos. There's a part where I was talking about after a few minutes of playing, air starts to leak out of my nose and it becomes really painful to play. And Mariah Goulet gave this presentation talking about this. It's called SVPI, and still no one really knows the cure. Going to an ENT specialist on this is very useless. If you put too much pressure on your soft palate through playing, you can basically make it explode and permanently damage it. But is it really permanent? Is there a solution? I don't know. Hopefully there will be more research on that. I also did some exploring, and I didn't realize there was going to be so much cool gear out there for sale. You could try them all out. They're cleaning. It was a very sanitary experience.
We got Juan here. What's up? Good man. What's up, man? Got another Juan here. Double Juan. And then Enrique. Good man.
Saxology. Great things, new things I haven't seen. Like these neck straps. I've seen some neck straps like this.
I finally got to try out the Breathtaking neck strap. To me, it just looks really nice. They had many colors. I tried them all, and I was really tempted to get that jean colored one. I just felt it was a bit extravagant. I don't know if I'm ready to be that extravagant yet, but definitely one day. I went with the black because it just seems the most versatile. The Breathtaking strap was almost $200. It was $190. Is that worth it? Probably not, but if you have the money for it and you perform a lot, I really do think you are going to love the neck strap. It looks nice, it has a little strap here, takes all the pressure off your spinal cord. You can adjust it so high, you can like make it go to your forehead if you want. You know what I mean? I've also been looking for an Ishimori ligature because everyone in the classical community talks about them. So I'm just strolling along and lo and behold, jackpot gold mine of brand new Ishimoris.
I've been trying to find them online, but I couldn't find them.
Yeah. I'm one of the select dealers in the US.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome, man. Cool.
I very impulsively bought that one because I love pink gold anything. Ever since I played Mario Kart and you could play as Pink Gold Peach, I just became a fan of pink gold. I don't even know why. So I got it and oh my God. Everyone talked about, wow, you're gonna love this ligature. It really does make a difference. And I was like, yeah, okay. Because you know, I've seen that video by Ear Spasm Music. After that, I was like, okay, ligatures don't make a difference. But wow. I don't know. After playing this ligature, I really feel like there's a reason why this is so revered. I feel like my sound is now fuller, darker, bigger. The low notes are way easier. I didn't realize a ligature could have this much impact, and the ligature is pretty heavy. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna keep playing it, and I'll update you through time. Very, very happy with that purchase. And I tried out some of the Max Sax mouthpieces. I've never heard of this company before. They're just there, and they had a metal classical mouthpiece. Really, really interesting sound. I really think there's something to it.
Hey, it's the goated man himself.
You're the goated man.
What's your setup here?
This is a S90 180. Yep, this is an S90. This is a BG silver plate lig. A's Van Doren 3.5 blue box. This is a custom EX2 with Will Peak Mute.
Altissimo man.
Also met Will Peak. This man is the most meticulous, detailed saxophone customizer slash overhauler slash repairman slash mechanical artist.
And this is his own custom-made horn.
Not custom made.
Oh.
But I've done a ton of work on it.
Okay.
And it's got like experimental pads in it. It's a Series 3 Millennium Edition Selmer with a Supreme neck in it. It's been the guinea pig for a lot of experiments.
He has a custom synthetic pad designed for each individual pad. He's got all the math and the science of it down. So easy to play. It felt like I was playing a clarinet, but a giant saxophone version of the clarinet.
I expected that. Gonna buy that?
Yeah. It's at an incline and it's just more comfortable. It's better. It just feels nice and looks cool, so I'm buying it.
Holy crap, dude.
I met Stine, the second place winner of the Naumburg competition. His sound is so beautiful. He's the older brother of my friend Andrew Stine here at this school. So it was really cool to see them, the big brother and the little brother dynamic. And he had this booth where he just was asking people to sight read duets with him, jazz or classical. His sound is so beautiful. He's such an amazing sight reader. I didn't have my saxophone on me, it was in my car, but some polite man was like, here, want to just take mine? I was like, okay. So I just played a setup and we just started sight reading a jazz duet. That was awesome. Nice meeting you, Stine. I also got to hang out with Alex Upton, the winner of the NASA competition, the jazz department. Man, this guy was so down to earth. He is such an amazing player. He's only 21 years old. He's super tall. He's like a giant. I had to look up at him.
Tall man, tall man.
You know, I just asked so many questions.
All right, we're here with the NASA champion here.
What's up?
For jazz.
I was just asking him. He didn't answer yet. How did you get so good at jazz?
If I had to summarize it in a series of statements, for me, like, it's a weird question here because... Sorry. No, it's all good. It's a weird question here because the purpose has never been to, like, get so good. I grew up in a household of musicians. I remember when I was like 15 or 16, I listened to Coltrane's album, Stellar Regions. That album just absolutely blew my mind. And I was like, this is gonna show my maturity at that point, but I was like, wait, there's artistry involved? Like, you can play saxophone like that? Like, you're allowed to do that? From there, it was just a constant growing process of trying to find musical experiences that speak to me, voices that speak to me, a lot of listening. For me, there wasn't a cold, hard and fast, like, I worked on this exercise and I did it for 2 years, and then when I was done, I could play jazz. It's like, there's no just add water approach. And it's a constant process. Like, there is no destination. It's all about, like, continuing to grow and continuing to be the realest version of yourself at all times.
How many licks do you have?
476. There are going to be times where you sit down and you're like, okay, I'm going to learn this in 12 keys. But the point of that is not like, I'm going to learn this in 12 keys so I can roll up to the jam session and then, like, destroy everyone. It's like, no, man, it's all a means to an end. The ultimate goal as a musician is to be able to serve the music in a way that is authentic to ourselves, but also authentic to what the music's calling for.
Dude, thank you, man.
Yeah, of course.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Alex. It was so great to meet you. Seriously, I really look forward to hanging again. I also did my presentation. I was super nervous. Over 60 people showed up, including all of the coalescent. When I was giving my presentation, Wonky Lee walked in, and I literally started stuttering. I was like, I'm sorry. That was a funny moment. But I gave the presentation. It seemed to be really well received. I had a lot of people afterwards tell me how much they enjoyed it, which really meant a lot. I'm really glad it went well. Now, during this event, so many fans from all across the country were introducing themselves to me. It was very, very humbling. I mean, of course, I see my subscriber count, but it never felt super real till I actually met all of you. And so I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming up to me, introducing yourself, telling me why my videos might have impacted you. Seriously, thank you guys. It was awesome meeting all of you. All right, well, I'm definitely going to the next NASA event, whenever that's going to be. Hope to see more of you there. And thank you guys so much for 185,000 subscribers. Jesus. Have a good day.